Hi, I'm Lee at Iridium. Hope you're doing all right. So, album review time. The Steelwoods, All of Your Stones. This is the third album by this southern bluesy rock band from Nashville, Tennessee. So, if any of you guys haven't heard them, they are an amazing band. And I mean, I know I don't cover a lot of southern rock on here. If Lynyrd Skynyrd brings some new stuff out, I'll definitely do that. Blackberry Smoke are covered on here. I really connect to a few, and I mean a few southern rock bands. The Steelwoods are an amazing band. And man, they pulled off this album, which is amongst all the releases that are going to be out this year, this one for me is already creeping up to my number one spot already, and I've only listened to it twice this morning. So this is I'm not going over the top about this album. I fell in love with it as soon as I heard it. It immediately felt classic to me, and on first listen that was classic sounding. It sounds like something that's going to be huge in years to come, although I know the music scene has changed dramatically, obviously, through these years. You know, it's nothing like it was. Don't know how big this band can become, but they are absolutely amazing. So, like I said, from Nashville, Tennessee, this is their third album, and the other two albums were amazing as well, but this one has really struck a chord with me immediately as soon as I heard it. So, sadly, there's been some events around this album. One of the founding members, Jason Rowdy Cope, guitarist, passed away in January. 16th of January, actually. He was ill. He had diabetes, and I think he had problems with drink as well. But he was on the mend, I believe, and he was looking good. But they found him 42 years old, passed away. So sad. But this album, I think, was completed before that. So the whole thing was done, recorded with Jason. And I think he was one of the main songwriters as well. So, but when you're listening to this album, some of the lyrical content is that sort of thing where missing friends and things like that. So it brings a whole new meaning to what the album would have done, you know, with him. You know, it's almost like written. It feels like it's written for him, even though it wasn't. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Just let me run through the vocalist is Wes Bayliss on vocals. So he does some guitar as well. I don't know how much, but he's guitar and vocals. Obviously, Jason Rowdy Cope, I've already spoken about him, the guitarist who passed away in January. Isaac Senti on bass and Tyler Powers on drums. So this is so authentic. It sounds so authentic, and I think that's why this band is one of those ones that really, like, I can really relate to it. You know, some of these bands try and sound southern. They're not even from the south, if you like, but they attempt to have this southern sound, and they don't quite click with me. These guys they're so sound, like I said, so it sounds so authentic. They've got some sort of heavy rock overtones as well. I mean, even on their last album, they did a great version of Changes, Black Sabbath song. So check that out as well, and put that real southern feel to it. So they've got, I think that's weird because I think Blackberry Smoke have got that as well. That's what I can relate to as well. The heavy rock metal sort of sound. I'm not going to say it's heavy rock and metal, it's not. But they've sort of got those influences and they bring those into the music, even probably without even knowing. And I feel that. I feel that sort of heavy rock metal in the music as well. It's just me. I don't know why, but they really do relate to me, this band, just like Blackberry Smoke do, like I said. So they've done I think they're gaining notoriety in the States especially. Been touring with the likes of Skynyrd. and Blackberry Smoke and other bands. So, you know, and so they should. These guys are so talented. They sound like they've been around for years. 3 albums only, and they're all great albums. So I'm going to run through it track by track. I don't think I've scored an album this high through first listen for a long time. And what I do is I score each track. I don't say what the actual number is, but when I write the little notes down for each track, I just put the number straight away, what I give it out of 10. And I don't, looking at the scores and looking back at my older scores from other albums, I don't think I've scored an album this high. If I have, it ain't been for a long time. So this album is absolutely brilliant. One of the best albums I've heard, honestly, period. So really cool little intro just for a minute or so. Sounds like a beach and someone's pulling up in a car, and then you hear some like a radio playing like in the background, and then the first track proper kicks in out of the blue. I've seen red, I've seen white, I've seen death, I've seen life. And from here on in, it's just relentless, authentic southern rock. Real excellent. But this song in particular, real dirty riff kicks in. What a great guitar sound. Just perfect for the band. It's like a slow driving song. Perfect vocal delivery from Wes Bayliss. And it's like Lynyrd Skynyrd at their heaviest, this song. But a real grimy sort of feel to it. Such a soaring chorus. Unbelievable chorus. Absolutely love it. This lyrically is sort of full of hope as well. And I think, you know, it sort of gives that hope, but it's got that all over this album. I'm thinking of the guitarist at the same time who passed away. It does feel like an ode to the guitarist, even though he was on this album, I believe, from beginning to end. Next up is You're Cold. By the way, there's not one track I don't like on it. Even the intro at the beginning, which was nothing, it just fits perfectly throughout the album, the theme through the album. You're Cold is next, a little more up-tempo. Great picky guitar playing as well throughout this. The song sort of glides perfectly with a sort of few slightly odd time signatures, but they're only slightly, and it's really clever, and it never takes you out of that groove of this brilliant song. A real sort of 70s feel running through it, you know, but it feels like it is pulled straight out of those 70s. This is what I mean about their heavy rock overtones, if you like. Near the end of the song, about the 3-minute mark, there's like a breakdown. And, you know, I mean, it sounds like it's sort of almost heavy rock riffing or metal riffing, and then it goes out, and then violins actually play the song out on their own. Just brilliant songwriting. You're Cold is an excellent song. Next is You Never Came Home. Very sort of sad sort of sounding song. Piano, an amazing vocal. This guy's lower range, Wes Bayliss, his lower range, his tone on his voice is just, you could just listen to it all the time. You could just put it on repeat and just listen to it for hours on end. Powerful sort of when he reaching them high notes of voice. He comes out of the low range and the power he gets in his voice. Such an emotional solo sort of kicks in, and then an even more impressive vocal after. Sort of a sad yet a really emotional, powerful ballad. Next up is Old Pal. When it rains, it pours like it never has before. So this is almost an ode to the guitarist, but it's not, because it was written before, I believe, he passed away, to Jason Cope. But it's like an acoustic guitar with vocal at the beginning. It's about missing a loved one who's passed, I believe. Becomes a little bit more upbeat and inspiring, I suppose, as the song goes on. But songs feel so personal to the listener, to the band as well. When you listen to it, you think this is going to be one of them songs that feels personal to them because of the passing of the guitarist, you know. Next up is I Need You. This is a Skynyrd cover, Lynyrd Skynyrd cover, very bluesy, Features a great vocal from Ashley Monroe, female vocalist. They swap vocals in verses. Bluesy, slow, heavy. Very cool cover of Lynyrd Skynyrd's song. I love Skynyrd. They've done it justice completely. Next up is Run On Ahead, acoustic guitar with vocals. And they're by the way, the production on this album is absolutely amazing. It's so clear. It sounds like they're in the room next to you. It sounds like it's pulling out an acoustic guitar and you're being sung to, you know, you've got an acoustic guitar here and the singer's there just singing. It's so personal, the whole, including the production. The sound is great on this. So this is an emotional song that builds, but no, it's strange. It really builds, but there's no real instruments. Right last minute, you get a little thump of a kick drum. It's just like, that's all there is. And it builds so much. It's just absolutely great. Next up is Baby Slow Down. Yet again, Southern vibes, just amazing, authentic Southern vibes going through this. It glides beautifully as well across this amazing groove. An absolutely amazing song. There's no weak songs on this. Next up is Aiming For You. Another classic, amazing song. Every song just spills into the next, never takes you out of that authentic Southern rock feel. Brilliant. And then it closes off with the title track, All of Your Stones. I built a house with all of your stones. The perfect closer. Wraps up the album that I'm sure, no exaggeration, will be a classic Southern rock album to come. A classic Southern rock album, easily. Even now, I've got the songs in my head as well. There's melody all the way through it. The choruses are great. There's some excellent guitar breaks in this All of Your Stones as well. Almost twin lead, doubled up guitar. You know how Skynyrd used to do that doubled up guitar? It was either twin lead or it was doubled up, I'm not sure, but it had a certain sound. You got that keep breaking off in this song, All of Your Stones. And it puts the, like I said, the end to a perfect album. Honestly, every song on here I absolutely love. I haven't felt this way about an album for a long time. You got, if you're into any sort of Southern rock music, you know, if you're into Skynyrd, if you're into Blackberry Smoke, even like something heavier like Black Stone Cherry, some of their older sort of stuff, if you're into that, you will absolutely love this album. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, and I hope the band obviously carry on. They've actually done I think they played live just a few nights ago, which is great for the band. You know what I mean? I'd hate to see anything because of the founding member, one of the founding members passing away. I'd hate to see anything happen to the band. I hope they carry on because this is the start of something special. Any of you Southern rock fans on here, and by the way, this band were recommended to me from someone under a Blackberry Smoke video. Thank you very much for that. I might not have found this band, you know. I'm not sure if many people in the UK know about them, but they are amazing. Honestly, check it out. This is going to be right at the top between all my metal and heavy rock, hard rock stuff at the end of the year. This, without doubt, will be right up there. Can't get enough of it. The Steelwoods, All of Your Stones. It only came out a few days ago, May the 14th. Get it. Guaranteed, get it. Don't even bother listening to it on YouTube. Just order it now. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time.